I just love his way of explaining things. Yes, Eckhart Tolle. You know him, I know him, many people know him. Yes, today we have the topic about suffering. To really stop it. Stop. Yes, and how you can do that. And yeah, just different angles that might help you to really decide, okay, now I will stop, because the because is a very powerful way. So yeah, listen to Eckhart, what he has to say, and enjoy. And yes, first of all, before Eckhart starts his wonderful talk, please allow yourself to be. Okay? Allow it. Just simply allow. You are protected, you are safe, nothing can happen to you, and you will always be supported. When you start walking, and I don't mean it physically, but yes, also I mean it by making decisions, taking brave and fast decisions. This is one way. Decisions are your friend. They give yourself directions. Try it out as often as you can to train yourself to become more brave in taking action, in taking decisions, in just the doing of things, and less thinking. You will think you are well educated and you are a human being on this planet. So you are capable of everything, like thinking and talking. So don't worry. Any decision you make today, and you will find later on they were not just as wonderful coming out as you wished to. It's okay to take a new direction, because your main goal should be always to feel joy, to have joy, to be joy. And from that point you will be guided with a wonderful guidance from this sentence that will automatically lead you to getting things, to becoming who you want to be. It really works. So now enjoy listening to wonderful Eckhart with your cup of tea or warm water, and a relaxed place where you can turn off the radio or any source that could interrupt and interfere with you. Enjoy.
Do you realize that you don't need to suffer anymore? Are you fed up enough with suffering? Or would you like to hang on to suffering? Anybody who's come here today has already suffered enough. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So in a way, your suffering has been wonderful, because it's taken you to this point. I know that I wouldn't be sitting here without having had dreadful suffering and pain. So it's taken you here. And now the message that comes is, further suffering is not necessary if you voluntarily step into the new state of consciousness. You choose the kingdom of heaven. Life doesn't have to drag you into it, kick you into the kingdom of heaven. It's painful. It did that to me. But now my job is to tell people that you don't have to wait for that to happen to you. Choose the new state, and you are able to do that. I wouldn't tell this to anybody, but not anybody comes here. If you come here, your level of consciousness, the new consciousness, is sufficiently emerged already for you to understand what I mean when I say you can choose to live in the state that is free of suffering. You can choose the state in which suffering is not possible anymore. Unhappiness does not arise. Not a state in which you close yourself and you become, okay, nothing can touch me anymore. Protective shell, nothing to do with that, because if nothing can touch, if you have a protective shell around you, that means that all the beautiful and good things can't touch you anymore either. That's not what it is. It's a state of complete openness, a state of such intense presence that unhappiness has nowhere to cling to anymore. Because unhappiness can only cling to a mentally made sense of self, a little me, past, which moves continuously in past and future and continuously ignores the now. So the realization that in the now there are no problems and there is no unhappiness. And the unhappy me that lives through past and future dissolves as you become present. That's the teaching. Pain that is carried over from your childhood and beyond and doesn't go away completely. It leaves residues of pain and energy fields. Everything is energy. Then those energy fields get together because they feel they vibrate at the same frequency. So emotional pain gathers into one mass of pain, contracted energy that isn't flowing freely, an energy of that I call the pain body that humans carry inside. If you don't recognize that, no matter how much spiritual practice you do, and even what we are doing here, if you do not see, if you do not recognize how the pain body operates, it will trick you every time and you will lose consciousness through it. So I want to address it now, as it always has to do regularly, like it's a little entity almost. It needs feeding temporarily on the experience of further pain. And you will know that this has happened when a relatively insignificant trigger produces an incredible outburst reaction of pain. A minor thing goes wrong, or somebody says something, or your partner does something or says something, and there's suddenly a deep, or even a thought comes in, and suddenly it serves as a trigger for the arising of deep emotional pain. At that moment, the pain body, this energy field, has come up out of its dormant state. It is ready to feed on more pain, it produces first two ways in which I haven't quite put it that clearly in the book, I'll explain it in the next book. There are two ways in which it feeds on the further, because it's all it can feed on. You cannot, the pain body consists of that energy of pain. It needs, please, where can I get more pain? It feeds on your thoughts when it's ready to rise up. It will control your thinking. It rises into the mind. And the mind, which is your thought activity, becomes aligned with the pain body. Every thought you think is destructive and painful. And the pain body loves it. It gobbles up the energy of every thought that you think, every destructive and deeply negative thought. It eats it up, so to speak. And it's having a good time. It's feeding.
Yes, exactly, Eckhart. This is the perfect moment where I would like to add my comment here, that while I was listening to this wonderful talk about the pain body and our suffering drug, that we take a little piece and then we want more and more. Yeah, you did a wonderful connection here from this pain body situation of feeling to a humorous feeling. Yeah, with this wonderful metaphor of this eating, of this eating more and more bad situations, and yeah, enjoying that. And this is exactly what I would recommend you in these moments, and I know them very well, where you are really stuck in this swirl of thinking that just doesn't want to allow you to feel good. It just doesn't, because it is not there to make you feel good. It is only there to make you feel bad. Yes, breathe out and just realize this. That this is the only thing that it is wanting to do to you, to me, to us. And yes, really the only thing is humor. Look at it, give it a head on like a funny head, funny huge ears, a long red nose, or like just a client of mine, or she gives this anger feeling a little flame figure that is just consisting of flames, but it's a figure. It's a little, like a little human being that is completely consisting of fire, and is having quite a funny face actually. It's burning, yes, and it's burning fire. It's hot, but it's laughing and it's having, well, it has a funny face. And that's what you can do. You can give this feeling a certain, yeah, like a figure. Maybe a cartoon figure, or someone you find really funny. Too long hair and too big ears, too long nose, whatever. too long throat, a huge head, very curly, funny, wild hair, whatever. Give it a picture and connect it to this feeling, this feeling where all these thoughts stop you from stopping. You know? They want to stop you from stopping. And try to use your anger to break through. Try to connect your anger with this figure, and then let this figure serve on a huge wave of anger through your whole thinking, pain body thinking, thoughts, all these thoughts. Make a cartoon movie out of it, and use the scenes, entities that your mind is creating. I mean, it's so creative. Just be happy about the fact that your mind is a very creative instrument. And there again, it is just an instrument. Not more, not less. Yeah. Take some breaths and relax. Really relax. It's the best to do now. And close your eyes and watch your funny movie you're creating now. Create out of your so terrible entity that your mind was able to create, very detailed. Try to use it and create some funny figures around it, acting in it, doing crazy things in it, you know? Like jumping off a 50-meter building and into a big swimming pool or something like that. Really connect it to something good, something funny, something you can laugh about. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And maybe you change color while you're dipping into this water, from being blue to being pink. And then turn on some music and play some music and dance to some music. Yeah, no matter how crazy it might feel right now, no matter where you are, no matter what you're right now doing, parallel to listening to this talk, maybe you just be brave now. Turn that record on, that music, and give it a swing to your whole body. You know, telling your body you want a different frequency here. Activate it. Yeah. This is so wonderful to be able to do that. And this gives you so much power back. You come out of your what is the English word? You know, that you call the actor and the threatened one, huh? The victim. There we go. The victim. Yeah. Coming out of that victim emotion. To be a victim of your brain, of your fucking instrument. It's just an instrument, come on. Yes, you want to be very high up and on top of everything just because you are placed in a very high location in relation to all the other parts of the body. Okay, you are very close, much closer to heaven than the heart or the physically physically said when you're standing. But okay, then we make what is that name? An exercise, a sport exercise, where you put your legs up in the sky and then your head down. Why don't you do that? Start that, and then you put that fucking, sorry these words, but I want to really be on point here for you. Put that fucking head down on the earth, where it belongs better in certain moments, when it creates nothing that you are feeling good of. Then it's dysfunctioning, so you turn it around and put it on the ground and put rather your feet up in the sky. And if you can't do it with your hands, do it on the wall. It's okay, but do that in the morning, in the evening, to turn your system around physically. You can do that mindfully, you can do it vibrationally, you can do it anyway, any kinds of ways, but do it physically. Make that exercise in the morning and in the evening before going to bed or getting up after getting up. Put your legs on the wall and put your head down on the floor. And maybe if you do it with a stretching exercise where just lean over, leaning your head down to the bottom, but standing up with your legs. Just hanging your whole upper body down to the ground. And then shaking everything. Shake it, so everything gets in place back again. Because you don't understand that by having these all day long same positions of sitting, standing, just physically being in a certain figure through the whole day or through many hours, your system gets not optimal for letting energy flow through you in a good way, in a good ratio. Coming in, going out, coming in, going out. It doesn't work when you're sitting too many hours on your office chair, or you are only having the same position for too many hours of your body. It causes the same problem here, that energy gets stuck, and then your mind gets the information, stuck energy. Okay, I create some adequate, some suitable thoughts for your system that is stuck. And why does it do it? Look at it. Why does it do it? It does it to make you aware, to shake you, to wake you up, so you see, something is wrong here. My thoughts are terrible, my feeling is terrible. Okay, something's wrong, I have to change something. That is just an alarm, a connection reaction to get you moving, to get you changing something. And often it is to think differently, to observe what you're thinking about a situation or about yourself, And if it's something that you're thinking that you cannot change, but your head tells you you can, although you know you cannot, then you know, okay, that's the problem here. I have to get my brain back on track to tell me the right things and not such terrible out of the way things. And what is it anyhow as well? It's the thoughts, they just get produced. Yeah, there is no greater sense behind it. Don't try to find a greater sense behind these thoughts. They are not as important or high meaningful as you give them attention. We give them more attention than they should even get, because they were just produced somewhere, somehow, for some reason, and you magnified them to be showing up in your system right now, because you are having a similar frequency to such a kind of thought, not more nor less. So how often are even the thoughts completely out of sense in your actual moment, situation, life? How often are they overthought, completely like thought the worst case ever? And how often does the worst case ever happen? So take that relativity here from Einstein and let this relativity bring you back to okay, calm down here, my lovely brain. You can stop now creating all the horror scenarios and all the worst bad things. And even when you had, it could, of course, and it is always like that, when something doesn't work, when something is stuck in your system somewhere, it will affect all areas of your life. Yes, that's the truth. I'm not telling you that it's not the truth. It is the truth. It is affecting your relationship. It will affect your, if you have a company running, it will affect your success in your company. It will, if you are an employee, it will affect the relationships to colleagues, to certain colleagues, to certain people. It will affect all this. And that's how it is. And if you really look into it, it's true. You will find it. Because your brain has got told, okay, feeling bad. So you are judging everything from that state. Even though yesterday, maybe you were in a different state and everything was good, maybe even great. And today it could be the worst thing ever, because you shine on it with a different light, with a different frequency of light, with the dark light, not with the golden glimmering light, because you're using this light right now. You decided for this light. And also, please, the decision for this light, don't then go into, why did I decide to take this light? Why not this one? Why only this one? Stop here again. Things come from a very little glimmering source, and they pump up like huge elephants. The more energy or attention, in this case, you give a little thing of nothing, you're creating from that little thing a huge thing. Yeah, and that's a wonderful thing that we are capable of. Yeah? We can build and create things through this ability, with this wonderful ability. And yes, we can use it in a destructive way. And to come from that destructive way out, first of all and always, look at it and say, yes, I know you're there. I see you. I see you, and it's completely fine. It's okay. And then breathe. Do these breathing exercises as often as you can. And additionally, you can lay your hand on your heart and feel how open it is right now. Maybe you don't know what to say, what to tell yourself, how open it is. And if this is the case, then imagine yourself you have a hand that you look at your hand and imagine this is a heart, and then look at your hand, seeing how open is this hand. Analog to your heart, how open is your heart. Connect this metaphorical usage here of this hand, of the open or closed hand. Maybe it's halfway through, but observe yourself where you're standing right now, how open and how close. And from there you can start all the exercises that I just gave you, and even go deeper into it. To open that hand, to open that heart. Yeah, and now I want to remind you of your wonderful gift. We can go deeper, we can go more into your specific issue that you are facing maybe since quite some time already. Contact me via email and you get a free coaching session gift with me. How wonderful is that? I love to do that. It is such a wonderful work that I will never ever would never give this away to do something like this, as it gives you energy, and I love to see that energy coming back to you. Yeah, so take that chance. Don't hesitate or say, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. No, do it right now when you hear it, because you know how it is. I'm not gonna tell you how it is, you know. So do it right now. And then please think about this one thing always from now on, and that is that you are the lottery winner. Yes, you are of your life and the life of all the others. Have a wonderful, great second, minute, hour, week, months, You're just simply life.